I am inclined to believe that equity is the preeminent driver in discussions centered around student achievement in schools. According to Bruce Baker's research, American schools are among the most inequitably funded in the industrialized world, with wealthier children having access to more resources. Furthermore, these funding disparities produce drastically different educational opportunities for children and affect access to essential educational resources such as skilled teachers, individualized attention, exceptional educational programs, good educational materials, and a wealth of information sources which support learning at school and at home. In another study done by Yi Chu, the continuous achievement gap between different racial groups is a problem that plagues public schools in the United States. Additionally, one of the factors that could be contributing to the achievement gap is the discrepancy in resources. Chu goes on to state that even though equity, diversity, and inclusion have been emphasized in federal and state education policies and reforms over the past 50 years, a wealth of research has shown that there are still and even widening gaps between students from more advantaged backgrounds and those from marginalized and minority groups in terms of educational opportunity and outcomes. In my opinion, in order to improve academic achievement, money needs to be allocated so that these problems can be mitigated or resolved entirely. Baker makes a compelling case that a nation's long-term economic and social health depends on its willingness to invest in the children. While I agree with Baker's point that increased funding is not the only way to improve education, I do believe that a more fair and appropriate distribution of resources is a precondition for achieving more equitable and adequate results. Evidence suggests that when spending is made more uniform across families, there is less of a difference in students' test scores from one background to the next, according to Baker. Furthermore, these findings contribute to the growing body of evidence that schools with higher concentrations of low-income students benefit economically and academically from a substantial and persistent increases in funding. I believe that adequate and equitable funding for schools is essential if they are to deliver the desired educational outcomes.